right. Alright. Am I going to be hearing echo? Alright, that's fine. Give me a few minutes to get rolling here. Alright. Just give me a few more minutes here. I'm going to be putting little notices here and there. Okay. Sort of hoping I can be heard. It's one of the things that I've not liked about streaming is that I've gotten started on them, like, it's not something I should say, something that we have done in the past, and never built up a habit of it. Partly it's because I feel like I had more than our share of mistakes and blunders. This might be one of them. Okay, should I make the window big? Yeah, let's do that. Well, my name is Kris. I'm the host of a plural system called the Nyctogen system that, oh shit, that didn't work. Ha! Alright. Let's not do that then. Anyway, we've had a certain history with Undertale. It's not actually a game that I myself personally particularly have. It's hard to describe my connection to this game. Like it's been kind of an indirect thing. Anyhow, it is All Hallows Day, the day after Halloween, or All Saints Day as it's called, and tomorrow is the Day of All Souls, or the Dia de los... I'm not saying it correctly. Dia de los Muertos. So this pair of days, the 1st and 2nd of November, seems like an appropriate time to be playing this game, because it's about souls and a visit to the underworld and all that fun stuff. And our system has a lot of fictive members from Undertale. I suppose that collectively we've all been trying to figure out just what does this game actually mean to us. And there's a famous question at the end of the game. If you sort of push to play the game more than once, you could say, you're challenged with the question of whether you've got anything better to do. And that's a question that we've been trying to answer for ourselves for years. Because try as we might, we can't seem to rid ourselves of the feeling that this is a game that we still have something to learn from. We still feel like there's something that we're searching for, I guess. It's fruitless, perhaps, because as yeah, people might know, there was a recent announcement from Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale and the subsequent game Deltarune, which I have more of a connection with, that there's new material for Deltarune under development. Fox is making progress, and I believe that Fox has rather clearly indicated that he considers Deltarune to be kind of the Undertale was its thing, but Deltarune is its own thing, and that's his project now. So Undertale, by its very nature, is full of unanswered questions, and I think it's quite probable that Fox is never going to answer them, and doesn't feel obliged to answer them, and that's fine. That's how creators are. They make things, and then they make new things, and at some point they have to drop their old work and concentrate on new work. So it may be pointless and fruitless to worry over small details and wonder about what's in the past or the future of the people in this game, like Chara or Chara, if you want to pronounce it that way, or Azrael or Frisk or any of them. We may never get answers about any of them. So, anyway, I feel like I'm burbling, so perhaps I should start the game. But first, let's do one more loop of the introduction. Long ago, two races ruled over Earth, humans and monsters. One day, war broke out between the two races. After a long battle, the humans were victorious. They sealed the monsters underground with a magic spell. Many years later, Mount Ebott, 21X. Legends say that those who climb the mountain never return. Chara looking at a pit there. It's quite ambiguous, of course, whether this was deliberate or accidental. And Chara lands amid what looks to be some ruins at the bottom of a great cavern, and there's light coming in from above and stalactites. And I don't think it's clear, by the way, at all, whether the ruins are human ruins or monster ruins. I mean, let's face it, there's a lot about the underground that doesn't actually make a lot of literal sense. I think I'm gonna put my own name in here. Not the true name. Alright. I'm gonna say right out that there's, I know that there's lots of little hidden details and Easter egg type stuff, in this game that, I don't know about, and I'm not gonna, try excessively hard to find. I'm not very good at that stuff. Ah, Flowey. Flowey the flower, your best friend. One of my best friends, like, here in Seattle, in this household, in fact, loves Flowey, by the way. Doesn't like Undertale, but likes Flowey. You're new to the underground, aren't you? Golly, you must be so confused. Someone ought to teach you how to think. Someone ought to teach you how things work around here. I guess little old me will have to do. Ready? Here we go. Alright, that's my soul, the culmination of my being. It's been pointed out that Ralsei has similar dialogue in Deltarune. My soul starts off weak, but can grow strong if I gain a lot of LV. What's LV stand for? Why, love, of course. You want some love, don't you? Ha ha ha. Alright. So, I don't know, like, the whole LV, alright, I'm gonna spoil something here, level of violence thing. Oh, I had 2 viewers at one point, then down to 1 again, great. The whole LV, level of violence, love thing, alright. It's not the most subtle writing, perhaps. Yes, I did miss them. It's funny to miss the bullets, okay, Flowey? That's not nice. They brain dead, Flowey. Jeez. Insulting. You know what's going on here, don't you? You just wanted to see me suffer. I think everyone assumes that Flowey's got, like, squeaky voice. You just wanted to see me suffer. Like, I guess you wouldn't expect a flower to speak in, like, a basso profundo or something like that. But, you know, why not? It's like, why would a flower be able to talk anyway? Toriel. What a terrible creature, torturing such a poor, innocent youth. Ah, do not be afraid, my child. I am Toriel, caretaker of the ruins. I pass through this place every day to see if anyone has fallen down. You are the first human to come here in a long time. And, like, just how long? That's a little difficult to say. I think my mic maybe needs a bit of adjustment. Just a tiny bit. And, well, we'll get to that later, but, you know, we, after numerous playthroughs, tend to think that it, in sort of equivalent human time, that it has to have been, like, decades, maybe. And, just because of how, hardly any monsters seem to know what a human looks like. So, Toriel's gonna guide us. This place is quietly enormous. The shadow of the ruins looms above, filling you with determination. And... well, maybe later I'll... got some thoughts about what the actual sort of save points might represent, but consider that they might be roughly equivalent to, I've only played a tiny bit of Dark Souls, but, like, you get this trace or relic of where other people have died, if I remember correctly. Someone will probably have to correct me on that. Can't interact. Yes. Welcome to your new home, innocent one. Look, you don't know. You don't know I'm innocent. Allow me to educate you in the operation of the ruins. It's not an education, you're just doing it for me. The ruins are full of puzzles, ancient fusions between diversions and door keys. One must solve them to move from room to room. Please adjust yourself to the sight of them. Only the fearless may proceed. Brave ones, foolish ones, both walk not the middle road. To make progress here, you will need to trigger several switches. Do not worry, I have labeled the ones that you need to flip. I point out here that if the monsters thought that there was any genuine threat from humanity at this point, that, like, I don't think even Toriel would be so foolish as to give humans a map to her front door if she thought that there was some sort of actual threat. Just press the switch. I don't know. Toriel might be kind of after decades of solitude. Splendid. I am proud of you, little one. Let us move to the next room. The switch doesn't even work. As a human living in the underground, monsters. Ugh, I got like a spam message in chat. Jeez. I don't know. I don't know Twitch. How do I block this person? Anyway, whatever. I can deal with the spam message. So, as a human living in the underground... sorry, just interrupted. As a human living in the underground, monsters may attack you. You will need to be prepared for this situation. However, worry not. The process is simple. When you encounter a monster, you will enter a capital F. You will enter a fight. I don't know, how do you say the all caps? While you are in a fight, strike up a friendly conversation. Stall for time. I will come to resolve the conflict. Practice talking to the dummy. So, you know, it's like, okay, so she's teaching you to be dependent upon her. Let me just point that out. You encountered the dummy. I'm just gonna blow through this. Like, it's funny to do the thing where you, just, you know, start the fight and then do nothing, like 10 times in a row or whatever, but, doesn't seem much for conversation. There's a bit of ambiguity about the dummy here that I'll bring up at a later point. Ah, very good. You are very good. There is another puzzle in this room. I wonder if you can solve it. There's... I don't think there's any puzzle in this room. You just walk. Ah, the first Frogget. Let's compliment the Frogget. Frogget didn't understand what you said, but was flattered anyway. Which is interesting because, I mean, obviously some of the Froggets know how to talk to you later. The Western Room is the Eastern Room's blueprint, but it doesn't matter! It so doesn't matter. This is the puzzle, but here, take my hand for a moment. It's not like the spikes even hurt. Puzzles seem a little too dangerous for now. I mean, look at this. You know, you can't even walk on them. I mean, if they don't go down automatically or whatever. You have done excellently thus far, my child. However, I have a difficult request to ask of you. I would like you to walk to the end of the room by yourself. Forgive me for this. It's very dramatic. It's also amazing how much greenery there is down here, considering that there shouldn't be that much light. You know, there's a kind of indication that this area of the ruins, anyway, is yeah, hi, Toriel. There's an indication that... Here, half a second. Greetings, my child. Do not worry, I did not leave you. I was merely behind this pillar the whole time. Thank you for trusting me. However, there was an important reason for this exercise, to test your independence. I must attend to some business, and you must stay alone for a while. Please remain here. It's dangerous to explore by yourself. I have an idea. I will give you a cell phone. Now, why would she have this? But anyway, I'll just let her talk. If you have a need for anything, just call. Be good, alright? So, as I was saying, there's some indication that this area of the ruins is relatively closer to the surface. I mean, kind of like the opening, you know, the title cards show that there's, you know, some light in the cavern, and you know, like, I've seen photographs of actual cave systems here on Earth. You know, some are quite extensive, and if a cavern has some sort of access to the, you know, indirect sunlight, you know, coming in through the cavern roofs and so forth, and yeah, you know, you could see plants and even a tree growing in a cavern, but not nearly as extensively as what you see down here, you know. But, you know, the magic of fiction, I guess. And the other thing I was going to say is, there's a sort of issue here, pervasively in Undertale, about the level of technology that the monsters have. Like, Toriel has a cell phone. It's an old cell phone, apparently, because then there's later dialogue with Alphys about how, oh, like, where'd you get this old thing? But, like, why does she have a cell phone at all? And, you know, I suppose maybe it's just that you can regard the underground as this kind of timeless place, and it's not really following the rules of, you know, like, we have certain expectations about what technology happens in what order at what time, thanks to human development. But, you know, I don't know, they're magic monsters. Maybe they're capable of some freaky stuff. I'm waiting for I'm not gonna go through the whole thing where, like, if you stay here, you get a succession of phone calls from Toriel, and she never comes back, and it's later implied, there's some implication that annoying dogs, i.e. Toby Fox, who serves sort of like plot magic requirements, runs off with her phone and she gets preoccupied with chasing after the dog. But, I mean, it factors into the whole thing about whether it's realistic for a child who has fallen down here, who might be running away from something dangerous or awful up above. Is it realistic for that child to regard Toriel as friendly? After all, you know, yep, there she is. Hello, this is Toriel. My errands are taking longer than I thought they would. You must wait 5 more minutes. Thank you for being patient. I'm gonna call her, I guess. You only wanted to say hello? Well then, hello. I hope that suffices. Hee hee. And then the unanswered question of why Fox put this option in the game. Why can you flirt with your, quote, mom, unquote? Dialing. This is Toriel. You want to know more about me? Well, I'm afraid there is not much to say. I'm just a silly little lady who worries too much. That's... So... yeah, like... Alright, maybe Fox is, acknowledging the fact that not everyone who's going to be playing this game is going to be a child, even if you're taking the you know, even if you're slotting into the player character who is definitely coded as quite young, but then it's like, well, then what's with the flirtiness? So whatever. And for that matter, is it really actually... It's a little weird to be calling the stranger a mom right away, but anyway. Let's get on with it. Hello, this is Toriel. You have not left the room, have you? You only get the message if you leave the room. There are a few puzzles ahead that I have yet to explain. It would be dangerous to try to solve them yourself. Be good, alright? Let's talk to Frogget here. Dialogue's in parenthesis, as if to imply that maybe it's not in English, but, you know, well, going with the Chara as narrator notion, presumably Chara, who has lived here, understands how the Froggets speak, and therefore is able to mentally translate for you. Like, you know, how that would play out if you sort of put yourself in the position of Frisk as a real person experiencing these things. I mean, heaven knows there's enough fiction trying to get that point of view across, well or poorly. But, you know, like, I'll tell you that I tend to imagine it as sort of intrusive voice, or, you know, like, not like intrusive thought, I should say, you know, kind of voice in your head type stuff, you know, partly because I experience things like that. So, you know, it's, if you want, you can imagine, as I've seen in a lot of art, the ghost of Chara or whatever, like, floating behind you and supplying you with information, but whatever. Excuse me, human, I have some advice for you about battling monsters. If you act a certain way or fight until you almost defeat them, they might not want to battle you anymore. If the monster does not want to fight you, please use some mercy, human. Ribbit. Okay. Whenever our introject of Chara plays this game, they always take only one piece. I say screw it, I'm just gonna take all of it. I might need all of it, because I'm not good at games. Yep, I'm disgusting. Yep, yeah, I feel like the scum of the earth. Yep, more candy. I took too much too fast. Look at what I've done. Yeah. It sort of raises the question of why there's a bowl of candy here, but whatever. Playfully crinkling through the leaves. Where are the leaves coming from? Off those vines? Oh, whatever. There's a lot of them anyway. Alright. Poor old Whimsun. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Nothing against the Whimsuns, but I'm sort of hoping for a fight that picks me up some money. Hello, this is Toria. For no reason in particular. Which do you prefer? Cinnamon or butterscotch? Like, a pure cinnamon pie sounds dull, and butterscotch just happens not to be one of our favorite flavors. It's sort of... It's kind of like just making a sugar pie, you know? You do not dislike butterscotch, do you? I don't hate it. I know what your preference is, but would you turn up your nose if you found it on your plate? No, look, you know, I was taught to be polite. Thank you for being patient, by the way. Not that I succeeded, but I was taught that. Be polite about what food is offered to you. 3 out of 4 gray rocks recommend you push them. Another Whimsun. And because we've too much experience with this game, I'll just thread this needle here. No need to hang about. I mean, we are doing this out of semi-religious obligation. That may sound silly, but, well... Just a second. I can't actually talk and fight at the same time. That, like, timing an Undertale playthrough for 1st and 2nd of November, like the All Souls and All Saints Day, sorry, the All Saints and All Souls Day thing, gotta get in the right order. It's something that we've done before. And it's sort of like how, like, another kind of semi-ritual thing that we've done is watching all of I'm saying that wrong. Watching all of Madoka Magica on the actual Walpurgis Knot, which is the end of April. Just for you, Pumpkin. Huh? You want me to move some more? Alrighty, how's this? Yeah, this... Wrong direction. Okay, I think I got it. I like the implicit conversation going on here. Now, was that helpful? So, Frisk is nonverbal in the game. However, there are a couple of moments where it's clearly implied that they speak audibly. I mean, this might not be one of those times, though. Like, I don't know, maybe Frisk is just sort of communing with Rock. Alright, compliment the Frogget. Whimsun, have you done anything to forgive? But then, like... Oh, I mean, maybe that's what you're supposed to forgive, just the fact that they're magicking you. So, I mentioned at the start of this that Undertale is clearly kind of an underworld narrative. I'm going to use a fancy word that I learned from Chara, which is a catabasis. That's basically it means a going down or going beneath in Greek. So you know, like Labyrinth, like the movie Labyrinth, could be regarded as a catabasis or a journey into the underworld. And in fact, the underground is name dropped. You know, not this underground, but you know, David Bowie mentions going underground. So, you know, the idea being that you might be meeting kind of like lost souls or characters who represent the departed or the dead or the damned, for that matter, in some in like a symbolic fashion. I mean, here's an actual ghost. Nothing on yet. This ghost keeps saying Z out loud repeatedly, pretending to sleep. Move it with force? Unfortunately, no is not really an option. Here comes Napstablook. So yeah, like, okay, Napstablook. Cool character. Cool ghost. Ghost of who? That's something I don't know the answer to. I don't know if anyone knows the answer to. It's not clear, for example, that monsters should even leave ghosts. We get some idea about how monsters die. Their souls do not persist, and their, you know, magical bodies crumble into dust. So, does that mean that Napstablook is the ghost of a human? Oh. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh. So, alright. Maybe Napstablook is the ghost of a human. Are we ever gonna find that out for sure? Probably not. Let me try. I call it Dapperblook. Do you like it? Yeah, I don't wear a hat myself, but I thought of it. Oh, gee. I usually come to the ruins because there's nobody around. But today I met somebody nice. Oh, I'm rambling again. I'll get out of your way. Wait. Do I have enough money? No, I do not. I suppose after all this time, years of Undertale, which I don't know how many times we've played it all told. Like, I think it maybe is about a dozen. Like, not as often as you might think, given who we are. But, you know, we've kind of developed certain routines about how we play, and grabbing some spider goods is definitely part of the routine. Spare. And that takes money, so it'd be fun if you could just get some money from, you know, this is kind of the equivalent of, like, Chara's compared it to, I think that's enough. Chara's compared it to, like, if you were just walking around in an unfamiliar territory and running into weird animals, if you bugged them, you'd expect them to go after you. Well, depending on what kind of animals they were, right? It's kind of like, you don't poke a rattlesnake, you don't wander into a bear's den. They'll go after you, and it's kind of a self-defense thing. And so the monsters all kind of spraying low-level magic attacks at you, sort of as that character. It's not necessarily to be regarded as aggressive. Okay, there's my spider donut. Spider bake sale. All proceeds go to real spiders. It's supposed to fake spiders, I guess. Or real scorpions, perhaps. Alright, ribbit. My friend never listens to me. Whenever I talk, they skip through my words by pressing X. That's right. Pressing X. Well, at least you listen to me. Did you miss it? Spider bake sale down and to the right. Come and eat food made by spiders, for spiders, of spiders. Now, I've heard spiders do eat each other sometime, but I think we prefer to be charitable and assume that the spiders are capable of secreting edible substances. Let's put it that way. I mean, spider silk is just like protein, after all. Some kind of protein. I don't remember the details. Ribbit. I heard using F4 can make you have a full screen. What does F4 stand for? 4 frogs? I have only seen a maximum of 3 frogs in this room. This is troubling, to say the least. Ribbit. Okay. Okay, I can actually spare immediately. Big Osp, which is kind of bug thing. Like the animated Jello mold, that's something. Ribbit. I have heard you are quite merciful for a human. Surely you know by now. A monster wears a yellow name when you can spare it. What do you think of that? That's informative. It is rather helpful. Remember, sparing is just saying you won't fight. Maybe one day you'll have to do it even if their name isn't yellow, which is a hint. Somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. Vegetoid! Dinner. Eat your greens! Smells like steamed carrots and peas. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting, right? Like, so Vegetoid isn't simply a carrot monster, but a cooked carrot monster? Alright. There we go. An ant-sized frog and a crack in the wall. One of the things that's curious to me about... sorry, let me get through this here. Ring. Hello! I just realized that it has been a while since I have cleaned up. I was not expecting to have company so soon. There are probably a lot of things lying about here and there. You can pick them up. Do not carry more than you need. Someday you might see something you really like. You will want to leave room in your pockets for that. More hints. I'm gonna walk backwards. Anyway. So, where was I? Oh, yes. The similarities and differences between the two games, Undertale and Deltarune, is a fascinating topic, and I myself feel that there's been far too much people have tried too hard to see some sort of direct continuity between the two that I don't think exists. I don't think it's meant to exist, in fact. I feel like Fox has been kind of clear that, okay, Deltarune, yeah, it's a separate game, and it's what he's working on now. And so the first, like, Undertale is sort of just like, think of it as like a precursor, or maybe another way to think about it is it's sort of like how successive seasons of Kamen Rider or Super Sentai, they're thematically linked, but they're not in the same. They're sorry. Let me amend that. They kind of are in the same universe because like they got the crossovers that sort of indicate, yes, like all the Kamen Riders are sort of allies, and all the Sentai teams are allies in some sort of grander sense. But like if you actually watch the successive seasons, the two seasons of Kamen Rider don't have anything really to do with each other. And so I think that's kind of roughly what's up with Undertale and Deltarune. And so just because the monsters work a certain way in Undertale doesn't mean they work that way in Deltarune, vice versa. But it's curious to me that Undertale has a lot more monsters that don't that correspond to like this really kind of weird things. Like most of the Deltarune monsters, like the hometown monsters, are humanoid. In fact, I think practically all of them are. Why did I do that? See, I'm not bad at talking and playing at the same time. I need to get better at that. Like, you don't see, like, talking... I messed up. You don't see, like, talking rock monsters, or talking blob monsters, or, like, volcanoes walking around, or steamed carrot monster here. Like, the Deltarune monsters are kind of, they're clearly monsters, but they all tend to... There's some sort of more restricted range of forms that you see. Ah. Okay, put the ribbon on. And I don't think there's necessarily much significance to that, by the way. I other than perhaps Toby Fox making Deltarune to be more similar to Earth, our Earth. I fell down a hole. Now I can't get up. Go on without me. Wait, ghosts can fly, can't they? Oh well. Cute. Like, Deltarune is clearly, I think, meant to be more reminiscent of familiar human Earth existence. So, it's kind of like less fairy tale landscape like Undertale, more night in the woods. So... Anyway, let's try to get through this again. Alright, I'm doing a little better now. The far door is not an exit. It simply marks a rotation in perspective. A friend of ours told us that there is some specific reference in that. I mean, Undertale and Deltarune, for that matter, are full of clear nods to games that Toby Fox likes and took motifs from. Some of which we've played. We've played Earthbound Mother 2 once, played Mother 3 once. We played partway through. This might hurt. We played partway through Moon RPG, which has some clear sort of. See, I'm just all right. Resort to. See, it's good to steal too much candy. I don't think I've ever had. This is ridiculous. I'm doing so bad at this. Oh, God. Pay more attention. Alright. I suppose I could always run away. Running away is it's a valid strategy. I haven't had any breakfast yet, by the way. Alright, this... Alright. That was bad. Okay. Alright, red switch. Yay! That's the kind of fight I want. A fight that isn't a fight. Betraying the degree to which it's like we already know kind of what to do here. But, we are almost to safety. And lots of leaves and green things, considering that we're underground. Ribbit, ribbit. Just between you and me, I saw Toriel come out of here just a little while ago. She was carrying some groceries. Where is she getting groceries from? I didn't ask what they were for. We're all too intimidated to talk to her. Now, I'm going to point out something here. Years ago, we did try to start a genocide playthrough. And we didn't get that far. We got as far as Snowden, and it was just like feeling too sick. And so we've only had that kind of brief taste of the experience, but it was very interesting all the same and educational, because we found ourselves we were imagining ourselves in the position of someone who was afraid of being down here, which makes sense, right? You know, kid running away from home, or you know, maybe feeling suicidal or whatever. Whatever reason they are here, and there's like monsters are swarming around, monsters who are capable of hurting them. And there's this strange goat woman who's like saying like, you know, here, wait for me, and then not coming back, and so like Toriel ends up sort of taking on a sinister air, and I'm sure I'm not the only person who's pointed this out, that there's enough hints in the game that you can choose to interpret as threatening. Like, why is the frog basically, why is the frog saying we're too intimidated by Toriel? Is that like a bad sign? is she dangerous? So yeah, there's just... It's interesting that people, I think, are not all Undertale players, but a good fraction of Undertale players are just kind of they naturally fall into the sort of fairy tale atmosphere of things, and so they kind of assume Toriel means well from the start. But yeah, I bet that's not universal. Anyway, I just want to point out here that apparently the ruins are actually quite extensive, which again leaves open the question: is like, did the monsters build this stuff, or is this like old human ruins somehow? But I suppose being magical monsters might make it easier to build. Just, not that we see it happen or anything, but... Oh dear, that took longer than I thought it would. How did you get here, my child? Are you hurt? There, I will heal you. I should not have left you alone for so long. It was irresponsible to try to surprise you like this. Well, I suppose I cannot hide it any longer. Come, small one. So I've been an innocent one, or Frisk, rather, has been an innocent one and a small one. Every time this old tree grows any leaves, they fall right off. Well, I mean... I suppose it makes sense. Smell that? Surprise! It is a butterscotch cinnamon pie. I thought we might celebrate your arrival. I want you to have a nice time living here. Oh, so I'm living here now. Alright, thanks, Toriel, I guess. So I will hold off on snail pie for tonight. Our systems, Chara, I swear, they say snail pie was good, and they want to learn how to make it themselves. And you can get, like, snail meat places. It's like... whatever. Fruit goes in pie. Here, I have another surprise for you. This is it. A room of your own. I hope you like it. Pat, pat, pat. Something burning? Make yourself at home. So yeah, like, obviously Toriel's been sort of you've seen this type of plant before but do not know its name. Toriel has obviously been sort of gearing up for this, which is questionable perhaps. There's Toriel's room. There's a bucket of snails. Ah, the cactus, truly the most tsundere of plants. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. You peek inside. Scandalous! It's Toriel's sock drawer. It's an encyclopedia of subterranean plants. You open to the middle. Tifa, a group of wetland flowering plants with brown oblong seed pods, known more commonly as water sausages. Toriel's bed, bigger than twin size. There's Toriel's small chair. Its name is Chariel. That's one of the moments that most definitely tips the hand that you're, like, if you're searching for indications of the Chara as narrator idea, that's information that you would only expect someone like them to be able to provide, basically. Like, why would Frisk know? So, read Toriel's diary. Read the circled passage. You read the passage. Why did the skeleton want a friend? Because she was feeling bonely. I bet you feel bonely, Toriel. The rest of the page is filled with jokes of similar caliber. Oh, sorry, I just didn't mean any of that. You know, Tifa has been used as food, but it's like the root or rhizome or whatever that has starch that you can eat. So, I don't think the seed pods are edible. Inside the drawer are some flower seeds and broken crayons. Oh! It is a water sausage. It's you! Whoever that is. Room under renovation. So, the implication is that Asgore once lived here, and then, I don't know, like, Toriel did a Miss Havisham from Great Expectations and just, like, sealed the room off as some sort of horrible memory of her horrible marriage. Inside is an old calendar from the beginning of 21X, which is implied to be the decade in which Chara fell, which is who knows how long ago. It's, I don't know. I'm not sure there's much hope in trying to get all the dates and stuff to line up with some sort of coherent narrative, or you know, like a calendar or a timeline. These books are worn. They must have been read many times. Blunt garden tools. It's a history book. Here's a random page. Trapped behind the barrier and fearful of further human attacks, we retreated. Far, far into the earth we walked until we reached the cavern's end. This was our new home, which we named Home. As great as our king is, he is pretty lousy at names. So, yeah. The fire isn't burning hot, just pleasantly warm. You can put your hand inside. If the fire is magical, like Toriel made this fire, then, apparently she can tune the temperature. Which is not something that you can do with ordinary fire. Not easily, anyway. If you want to get flames of different temperatures, you have to, like, mix different gases. And there are certain combinations of gases that burn at unusually low temperatures. But, yeah, like, magical fire, your guess is as good as mine as to how that could possibly work, if at all. Hello there, little one. Okay, I'm a little one now. The pie is not cooled down yet. Perhaps you should take a nap. Okay, sure. Sweet dreams. Besides, this way you get a useful item. So, let's nap. Ah, there. See, that's something to be saved for later. This is, you know... I don't know what to say exactly. And there have been times in previous playthroughs where we've just stopped here for a bit, let the music play, sometimes for hours. The stovetop is very clean. Toriel must use fire magic instead. Now, I'm not sure why that would necessarily follow. I mean, even if you were using fire magic to heat the food, it would still perhaps boil over or something, right? But then it gets into that whole thing where there's, like, monster food, which has different properties from human food. So yeah, like it's fiction, you know, can't make it work. For some reason, there was a brand name chocolate bar in the fridge, which is implied to be some sort of connection to Chara, although where she would have gotten brand name chocolate, I'm not sure. I mean, yes, there's like garbage trickling down from above, but I mean, would you A, expect to find a whole chocolate bar in the trash, and B, would you eat a whole chocolate bar that you found in the trash? Okay, Chara might. I will grant that. I might too. I gotta be honest about myself here. There are some white fur stuck in the drain. Like, okay, like this is a nitpick detail, but it's something that we've thought about. What is the substance of the monsters? They obviously do have some kind of substance. They aren't just like energy. Because, yes, they have less matter apparently, but they do have some. Because otherwise they wouldn't make dust when they died. But, well, like, how do I put this? When you see a monster die, you see them kind of die as like a unit, more or less. It's almost like they just sort of go poof into, and leave a pile of dust. So, why would... It doesn't make any sense to me that they would leave fur behind. You see what I'm saying? Like, you'd think that if a piece of them got cut off in some way, like some fur, that it would simply poof as well, right? So, you know, I honestly don't expect a consistency on such a thing. You know, Fox wasn't, the size of the pie intimidates you too much for you to eat it. You know, it's inside the cupboard are cookie cutters from gingerbread monsters. You know, later to be paralleled in Deltarune, where there are cookie cutters for both monsters and humans. So, but you see the point that I'm making. It's like, why would a magical monster with a magical sort of body made out of both, you know, magical energy and a little bit of matter, apparently, why would that leave traces, like bits of fur? Up already, I see. I want you to know how glad I am to have someone here. There are so many old books I want to share. I want to show you my favorite bug hunting spot. I actually think that's kind of cool. I've also prepared a curriculum for your education. This may come as a surprise to you, but I have always wanted to be a teacher. Actually, perhaps that isn't very surprising. Well, I mean, I don't know you. Still, Frisk doesn't know you, I should say. I am glad to have you living here. Oh, did you want something? What is it? When can I go home? What? This is your home now. Oh, is it indeed? Is it indeed, Toriel? Glad that this was decided for me. Would you like to hear about this book I am reading? It is called 72 Uses for Snails. How about it? Yeah, whatever. Here's an exciting snail fact. Did you know that snails talk really slowly? Just kidding. Snails don't talk, contradicted by the game later. Interesting. Yeah. Well, bother me if you need anything else. Yeah, alright, bothering you again. Oh wait, no, actually I don't want to do that, because I want to show you something. Now, like I was saying earlier, there's enough... Toriel says and does enough questionable things that... oh yeah, like we haven't actually kind of gone around my room. I'll show you one of those questionable things. A box of kids' shoes and a disparity of sizes. Now, imagine finding that. You're a stranger down here. The strange goat monster woman has basically taking you in and is saying, "Call me mom," and giving you a room and saying, "You're going to live here now." And then you find a bunch of mismatched kids' shoes and toys with a lot of dust on them and all the rest of that. And so an empty photo frame. It's really dusty. Yeah, I mean, this is a little worrisome. There's scope to be worried here. I don't get another pie. Look at these cool toys. They don't interest you at all. I don't know if that's supposed to imply. I don't know if that's supposed to imply anything. So, all right. So we've got a few worrisome things about Toriel already, but now comes the really bad moment, which is if you go down into the basement, Toriel keeps kicking you out. So you go down there and it is dangerous to play here. Like, she's sort of polite at first, coming up with these plausible excuses for why you shouldn't be down here. It is drafty here. You will catch a cold. And the excuses are always different, which is always, like, oh, that's sort of... It is dusty here. You will catch a cough. And it just keeps happening, right? Like, there is nothing to see here. Getting a little colder. Do you want to read a book? Alright, trying to distract you now. Especially consider that Fox is kind of condensing who knows how much experience of living down here with Toriel into one scene, into one part of a game, that you could conjecture, as I think a lot of fanfic has conjectured, that Frisk ends up spending years down here before getting restless. And, it's not like there's a steady supply of books coming in. Like, life is going to start getting dull, is my point. And yet here's this part of your own home that you can't go into. I do not like the game you're playing. Yeah, she's getting a little mean. Why not go for a walk in the yard? Okay, trying distraction again. Really now? Alright, now she's just like... She runs out of things to say. She just grabs you. Yeah, I think that's kind of just it. She looks worried, she grabs you. I just... What would a reasonable child think if this happened to them? Nothing good. I mean... she got some sort of, like, Gilles de Rais dungeon down here. Like, for context, Gilles de Rais was a French knight and a friend of Jeanne d'Arc's, who was later accused. It's very contentious as to whether there's any truth to the accusations. Was accused of being this horrible pedophile serial killer who had a dungeon where he was kidnapping and torturing and molesting children. And all of this was just, like, the only, quote, evidence for any of this was confessions extracted under torture. So, yeah, like, did it actually happen? Or if it did happen, was Gilles de Rais actually the one who did it? It's like that. But why can't you go into the basement? What's going on? So let's just end this. Alright, you ask her to leave. She disappears to chase her. You wish to You wish to know how to return home, do you not? Ahead of us lies the end of the ruins, a one-way exit to the rest of the underground. I am going to destroy it. No one will ever be able to leave here. Now be a good child and go upstairs. And as a metaphor for overprotective mothering, it's not bad. Every human that falls down here meets the same fate. I've seen it again and again. They come, they leave, they die. You naive child, if you leave the ruins, they, Asgore, red text, will kill you. I'm only protecting you, do you understand? So, question, why wasn't Toriel forthcoming about this in the past? It's like, it gets into that whole, oh, I have to protect my children from the unpleasant information, which, in the end, does the child no favors. I'm only protecting you, do you understand? It's late. This is late in coming, especially because Toriel has already acted in a way it says destructive to trust. Go to your room. And then, like, she's getting angry, and she decides to attack you. You want to leave so badly? Humph, you are just like the others. There is only one solution to this. Yeah, only one, really? I'm... Alright, it's disputable, but... I mean, Well, alright. Prove yourself. Prove to me you are strong enough to survive. Community conversation topics. Ah! Ah! Oh, just hit every single one of them, will you? Ah! Ah! I'm doing great. I don't know what I'm doing, Toriel. Nothing good. Oh. No, oh, again. I am... Ah. What way am I looking at you? See? I needed to steal all that candy. Thank you. The gauntlet is run. I am now safe. I know you want to go home, but please, go upstairs now. I promise I will take good care of you. I know we do not have much, but we can have a good life here. Why are are you making this so difficult? Please, go upstairs. Aw, she looks so sad. Pathetic, is it not? I cannot save even a single child. No, I understand. You would just be unhappy trapped down here. The ruins are very small once you get used to them. It would not be right for you to grow up in a place like this. My expectations, my loneliness, my fear. For you, my child, I will put them aside. If you truly wish to leave the ruins, I will not stop you. However, when you leave, please do not come back. I hope you understand. Ugh. Goodbye, my child. Well, now I'm gonna do something here just to waste a bit of time. I'm trying to decide. I do have other. I have a couple of competing concerns. I would like to get a significant fraction of the game done today, because I don't want the play to last over 2 days. But I do tend to like breaks, and I do have other things to do around. So I'm about 40 minutes away from the 2-hour mark. Might just take a break after that. Besides, it's not like I have an audience right now. Alright. But anyhow, I'm heading back towards the beginning of the game. Compliment the frogget. Ah! Besides, pick up a little extra gold this way. Gold or G, which may or may not be gold. I mean, like... it does say gold explicitly, doesn't it? You know, I find myself thinking about how legions of fan writers have attempted to rationalize the aspects of the gameplay, right? You know, try to imagine what it would be like to be doing things, sort of directly perceiving things that were analogous to things that happen during gameplay, to the extent of imagining that you're, you know, getting shimmery visions of hearts, floating hearts, and, you know, buttons saying mercy on them and stuff like that, which is kind of like, I don't know. That's a bit too biblical literalist for me, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's just, you know, is it is it really that bad to assume that this is all sort of metaphorical or symbolic? But anyway, it's hard to rationalize monsters giving you gold after you've had a tussle with them. I just, you know, it's game. These things happen for game reasons. I don't suppose we could get more candy. No, of course not. I do suddenly find myself thinking, though, of how do I put this? So, let's say that you inhabit a universe or a society that let's say that you inhabit a society where there is, in fact, some bizarre convention about, every time two creatures run into each other and have a tussle or whatever, that there's money exchanged afterwards. Now, that seems like completely weird, right? Like, why would anyone do that? The nearest thing I can think of, though, is, like, the Ferengi from Deep Space Nine, and how every single transaction with people is kind of accompanied by a, hey, you want to bribe me first? You know, slip some coin into the slot there, and, it's... What if that's the social convention? It's possible, I suppose. Like, is there a point to judging such things by familiar human standards? There we go. This is my goal. Golden flowers. They must have broken my fall. Our fall. Do not worry about me. Someone has to take care of these flowers. So at least I point out that Toriel is not, apparently not, put out by the fact that you did in fact come back to look for her. Like all the way back. Walk, 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 walk. The ruins music is really fun. It's kind of music that we've actually sometimes used just as accompaniment to, like we have to do things that we're not too excited about doing. Helps to have a bit of music going. Ruins sort of upbeat in a way that's not too in your face about it, I suppose is the way to put it. Depends on your tolerance, I suppose, for playing the same music over and over again. I have to admit, over time, we have gotten less and less inclined to play stuff on loop. Partly that's just sweet. After a while, you get to thinking, I don't listen to enough or new stuff. I don't listen to enough unfamiliar music. I gotta branch out. try new things. Some people find the looped music extremely irritating, and I feel bad about that because I've accidentally bothered people by playing music on loop. And it's like I'm finding it like cheerful background, and they're just apparently like I don't know, whatever. I don't know what it's like to be irritated by music on loop. It's a cute, tidy house. No. Down in the spooky basement. Catacombs, whatever. More walking. Walk, 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 walk. Lots of walking. More walking. Walking over a different color floor. Over another color floor. Finally. Oh, hello, you. Yes, Flowey, I'm very clever. I think I'm really smart. Kill or be killed. Now, and it. How do I put this? You know, you first play this game, and Flowey comes as a bit of a shock. I would assume that most newbie Undertale players probably think of Flowey as something of a shock. They just seem depraved. But when you realize that Flowey has actually seen uh, a lot more of this world than you have, and who knows how many repetitions. Uh, Looking for anything different, I suppose. Uh, that their whole thing about how the world is kill or be killed kind of comes to seem more like genuine insight because after all there's a sort of uh there's a sort of issue with just living, being a living being in general, which is that you know you take up space and use up resources and stuff that could be sustaining another person, or mother monster in this case. And uh and so your existence kind of just invariably just it you interfere with the lives of other people. uh your survival in a sense requires death. uh just like monsters eat, uh human beings eat, and to exist is to do some damage in the world. It seems to be unavoidable. And so it's kill or be killed might simply be kind of a true observation about the nature of the universe, or at least the universe that Flowey inhabits. So it's like, I don't know. It's spared the life of a single person. Hee hee hee. I bet you feel really great. You didn't kill anybody this time. But what will you do if you meet a relentless killer? You'll die, and you'll die, and you'll die, until you tire of trying. What will you do then? Will you kill out of frustration? Or will you give up entirely upon this world, on this world, and let me inherit the power to control it? Oh, uh, I am the prince of this world's future. Don't worry, my little monarch. My plan isn't regicide. What a strange line. But I guess it's meant to be a hint that you, as a human character in this world, do actually have a power over it that uh, that Flowey does not have. Like a superior power of determination and resetting and all the rest of that. But Flowey doesn't want to kill you, just wants to toy with you. This is so much more interesting. Yeah. Yep. Well, that was Undertale. I hope you liked it. By Toby Fox. Alright, so outside the ruins, and you can't even interact with the door. There's a camera hidden in the bushes. Huge stand of trees, which, again, I point out that we're underground, and we're not even in a part of the underground that seems to get a lot of light, sunlight, even indirectly, so it's a little bit of a mystery how the trees grow, but, well, you know, so it is. This weird noise that you don't hear when you go back to this part of the map. So it's like, okay, are you just getting messed with here? It's a tough looking branch, too heavy to pick up. Just gonna equip the knife just for... It's a tough looking branch, too heavy to pick up. Whoop. It's been smashed like it was nothing. So, you know, and notice that happened when it was still in frame, so it just sort of went. And so, like, what exactly is happening in this little passage here? The weird noises and the stick getting crushed, and it's like, you know, spoilers, Sans is tailing you, so it's like, is Sans responsible for all this? Sans' powers are, when all is said and done, slightly, ambiguous and uncanny. It's more than just taking shortcuts, anyway. Human, don't you know how to greet a new pal? Turn around and shake my hand. Ha ha ha. The old whoopee cushion and the hand trick. It's always funny. Anyways, you're a human, right? That's hilarious. I'm Sans. Sans a skeleton. I'm actually supposed to be on watch for humans right now. But, you know, I don't really care about capturing anybody. Now, my brother, Papyrus, he's a human hunting fanatic. Hey, actually, I think that's him over there. I have an idea. Go through this gate thingy. Yeah, go right through. My bro made the bars too wide to stop anyone. Wait, behind that conveniently shaped lamp. I am not gonna try to do voices for everybody. Sorry. Sup, bro? I mean, it is tempting though, isn't it, to try to give, try to do the, like, I don't know, squeaky Skeletor voice for, Papyrus. Everyone seems to know that's how he talks, although I think that they're... Again, I doubt that that's actually universal for fan depictions of Papyrus, but anyway. You know what's up, brother? It's been 8 days and you still haven't recalibrated your puzzles. You just hang around outside at your station. What are you even doing? Staring at this lamp. It's really cool. You want to look? Oh, I don't have time for that. What if a human comes through here? I want to be ready. I will be the one. I must be the one. I will capture a human. Then I, the great papyrus, will get all the things I utterly deserve. Respect, recognition. I will finally be able to join the Royal Guard. People will ask to be my friend? Sounds a bit hesitant about that. I will bathe in a shower of kisses every morning. Well, okay. Well, maybe this lamp will help you. Sans, you are not helping, you lazy bones. All you do is sit and boondoggle. You get lazier and lazier every day. Hey, take it easy. I've gotten a ton of work done today. Skeleton. Bum-bum. Sans. Come on, you're smiling. I am and I hate it. I mean, can Papyrus help smile? I mean, do you think of just think of how creepy it would be to actually see, like, a skeleton, but one whose bones were partly fluid and were therefore capable of changing facial expressions and stuff. I mean, can you think of a comparison? I mean, like, you know, you watch, like, Nightmare Before Christmas or something, you know, some kind of claymation animation, that might give you at least some sense of how it might look, but I don't know. I think if you actually ran into that, like, life size in front of you, you'd probably flip out. Anyway, I am and I hate it. Sigh, why does someone as great as me have to do so much just to get some recognition? Sounds like you're really working yourself down to the bone. I will attend to my puzzles. As for your work, put a little more backbone into it. Okay, you can come out now. Okay, that was fun. Actually, hey, hate to bother you, but can you do me a favor? I was thinking, my brother's been kind of down lately. He's never seen a human before. Seeing you might just make his day. Don't worry, he's not dangerous, even if he tries to be. Thanks a million. I'll be up ahead. See, like, I'm gonna go back, and, like, you know, all the sounds are gone. How much further am I gonna walk? Walk. Yeah, branch is still crushed. Can't quite remember if it's still there if you go back to this area way, like, basically at the very end of the game after you've been through the whole underground. Just a conveniently shaped lamp. It's some sort of checkpoint or sentry station, but there are bottles of ketchup, mustard, and relish sitting inside. The convenience of that lamp still fills you with determination. It's a fishing rod affixed to the ground. Reel it in. I'm gonna not. That would be rude. Okay, here's a box. Storage box. Tough glove out. No, keep the stick. Spider donut. Butterscotch pie. Don't need until later. This is a box. You can put an item inside or take an item out. The same box will appear later, so don't worry about coming back. Sincerely, a box lover. You know, and it's a minor thing to point out, but if you were to try to imagine this in a realistic way, I suppose is the way to put it. You know, you don't normally run into boxes whose contents are uniform cross instances of the box. I didn't put that well, but okay, let's see here. This teen comedian fights to keep a captive audience. Nice to meet you. Okay, laugh at the joke. Laugh at the bad joke. See? Laughs. Dad was wrong. But, you know, in our reality, boxes do not behave in this way. So, as I was saying about Undyne, first mention, I think. Look, 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 Sans, oh my god, is that a human? Actually, I think that's a rock, which hadn't been there before. Oh. Hey, what's that in front of the rock? Oh my god! Is that a human? Yes. Oh my god! Sans! I finally did it! Undyne will... I'll be so... popular! Human, you shall not pass this area. I, the Great Papyrus, will stop you. I will then capture you. You will be delivered to the capital. Then... I'm not sure what's next. That's... You know, put a pin in that. Papyrus doesn't know that you're destined to be slaughtered. In any case, continue, only if you dare. Well, that went well. Don't sweat it, kid. I'll keep an eye socket out for you. Oh yeah, you do a great job, Sans. Whoop. Okay. It's ignoring Ice Cap's cap. Yeah, I know your hat's up there. Ah! Not looking. Better a hatter than a hater. Oop. That's alright. I can heal immediately. Cardboard box with some narration on it. You observe the well-crafted sentry station. Who could have built this, you wonder? I bet it was that very famous royal guardsman. No, not yet a very famous royal guardsman. Oh dear. Gotta endure another pun. Better not snowflake out. That's bad. I mean, not that ice to see you is good, but at least there's something there. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I think I might have messed this up. Well, let's check again. Chill out. Laugh. There we go. Not joke. Laugh. You have good taste in jokes. No, I don't. Okay. There's a camera. I don't know where all the cameras are, by the way, but I have found a few by accident. Or we have found a few. Absolutely no moving. Dude, I don't want to move. Did something move? Was it my imagination? I can only see moving things. If something was moving, For example, a human. I'll make sure it never moves again. Alright, it's a dog, so we just go straight for the stick here. This is my secret to gameplay. Avoid fighting. Alright. A stick appeared out of nowhere, then disappeared. Was it a ghost stick? Did I just return it to the afterlife? I need some dog treats to think about this. Let's, So, I point out that most of Doggo's world is perfectly stationary. I mean, it's this frozen landscape. It's just lots of stationary trees, which somehow grow down here. And, you know, very little actually changes. So, the implication is that Doggo is just kind of living in this misty world that sort of snaps into focus every now and again, and then occasionally stuff just sort of looms up and then vanishes again, and it's like, it's a bit of a slightly hellish existence. Someone's been smoking dog treats. Hey, here's something important to remember. My brother has a very special attack. If you see a blue attack, don't move and it won't hurt you. Here's an easy way to keep it in mind. Imagine a stop sign. When you see a stop sign, you stop, right? Stop signs are red. I'm pretty sure there's some nation out there that has blue stop signs. I haven't looked it up. Simple, right? When fighting, think about blue stop signs and yellow. Another dog, so more fetch. I am a snowman. I want to see the world, but I cannot move. If you would be so kind, traveler, please, take a piece of me and bring it very far away. Yes. Thank you. Good luck. You got the snowman piece. Let's say north, ice, south, ice, west, ice. East, Snowden Town, and ice. You're so lazy. You are napping all night. I think that's called sleeping. Excuses, excuses. Oh ho, the human arrives. In order to stop you, my brother and I have created some puzzles. I think you will find this one quite shocking. For, you see, this is the invisible electricity maze. When you touch the walls of this maze, this orb will administer a hearty zap. Sound like fun? Because the amount of fun you will probably have is actually rather small, I think. Okay, you can go ahead now. Whoops. Sans, what did you do? I think the human has to hold the orb. Oh, okay. Hold this, please. Love that hang time there. Okay, try now. You know. Incredible, you slippery snail. You solved it so easily, too easily. However, the next puzzle will not be easy. It is designed by my brother Sans. You will surely be confounded. I know I am. Hey, thanks. My brother seems like he's having fun. By the way, did you see that weird outfit he's wearing? We made that a few weeks ago for a costume party. He hasn't worn anything else since. Keeps calling it his battle body. Man, isn't my brother cool? Sort of a slightly conflicted sounding tone there. there. No, same dialogue. I mean, he sounds a bit sarcastic about the battle body, but on the other hand, I believe him when he says that he thinks his brother is cool, so, you know, maybe he's just, you know, maybe Sans just has an appreciation for cosplay. I don't understand why these aren't selling. It's the perfect weather for something cold. Oh, a customer. Hello, would you like some ice cream? It's the frozen treat that warms your heart. Now just 15G. Yeah, might as well get one. Here you go. Have a super duper day. What food do I ate all the candy, so maybe I should buy another. It's a frozen treat that warms my heart. And I think if you look at them, they have a ice cream. Instead of a joke, the wrapper says something nice. Aww. Okay. I've been thinking about selling treats too. Want some fried snow? It's just 5G. You're right. I should charge way more than that. Can I ring the bell? No. His smell danger rating. Snow smell. Snowman. White rating. Can become yellow rating. Unsuspicious smell. Puppy. Blue rating. Smell of rolling around. Weird smell. Humans. Green rating. In red. Destroy at all costs. Like, it's a little unclear to me just how much the Royal Guard, like the various members of the Royal Guard, obviously they've been warned to keep an eye out for humans, but if the point is to be collecting souls, wouldn't it be, like, do they know that? Or are they just trying to get humans? Like, Papyrus clearly doesn't know what's up. I suppose we can assume Sans does, because Sans seems to know everything. Alright, let's play some ball. Undyne does, but Undyne is sort of a, you know, she's got a leadership position. Oh, there we go, yellow. Yellow, your surefire accuracy put an end to the mayhem of ball. You are awarded 3G. Let's try again. Like, Undyne is, you know, seems to have a special relationship with King Asgore, so, okay, it seems natural that she would know more about what's going on with the soul thing. And... okay, what do we got here? Blue, hopping and twirling, your original style pulled you through. You were awarded 2G. That... I'm trying to think what else turns up. Like, there at least seems to be some appreciation that, Asgore is seeking revenge on humanity. Like, the, not shop owners really, but like Bratty and Caddy, purple, even when he felt trapped, he took notes and achieved the end of ball. You are awarded 2G. That's enough. Like, Bratty and Caddy have some dialogue where they say they're hyped for the destruction of humanity, so obviously, you know, there's some general idea of what's up. But as to the actual collection of human souls, it's not clear to me that very many monsters know what's going on with that. Snow Decahedron. Ha ha ha. Human, I hope you're ready for... Sans, where's the puzzle? It's right there, on the ground. Trust me, there's no way they can get past this one. And it's a really bad... See, I could sea monster. I can see cigars and Sig, of course. Skeletons is backwards. Okay, the top line is just the Geost full blah. Okay, can I make out the seasons? I'm not seeing... Yeah, I am actually trying to solve this. Oh, heck. Oh, alright. There's some on diagonals. Okay, so, like, winter is on a diagonal. Fall is on a diagonal. Spring is vertical and backwards. Summer. Where's summer? I don't think we've ever actually bothered with this before. Okay, summer's on a diagonal. Mermaid? Mermaid, indeed. Okay, mermaid is backwards. Robot. Okay, found that. And last one I haven't seen is hot. Okay, hot. Found it. Alright, good enough for me. Now, Icy in the Deltarune universe is a brand. It's the pizza parlor mascot. Which you don't see here in Undertale, as I recall. Like, I think this is the only time that Icy turns up, so... I don't know. Sans, I didn't do anything! Whoops. I knew I should have used today's crossword instead. That would have phased me for longer, yes. What? Crossword? I can't believe you said that. In my opinion, Junior Jumble is easily the hardest. What? Really, dude? That easy peasy word scrambling? That's for baby bones. So... Sans... Baby skeletons! Sans has told us that baby skeletons exist. Unbelievable. Human, solve this dispute. Which is harder? Crossword. You two are weird. Crosswords are so easy. It's the same solution every time. I just fill in all the boxes with the letter Z, because every time I look at a crossword, all I can do is snore. Okay, past the 2-hour mark, so I think I'm going to stop at the next save point. Papyrus finds difficulty in interesting places. Yesterday, he got stumped trying to solve the horoscope. Oh, next save point. Okay, well, let's look at the spaghetti. It's a note from Papyrus. Human, please enjoy the spaghetti. Little do you know, this spaghetti is a trap designed to entice you. You'll be so busy eating it that you won't realize that you aren't progressing. Thoroughly japed again by the great Papyrus. Papyrus. It's frozen. So cold, stuck to the table. Things stick to tables in this world. It's unplugged microwave. All of the settings say spaghetti. Alright. Okay. I will be back to this later in the day. But for now, this is Kris of the Nectogen System signing off in Snowy. I guess this is Snowy.